I'm annoyed. See this hair? I'm annoyed. I love coffee, and I've always used one of these cool Cuisinart ones because my grandma loved them. And today mine had like a weird smoke smell coming from it when I made my little reusable Keurig thing. And I was like, okay, so it started making cold coffee, and I was like, something's wrong. I got it not too long ago too, so called up the company, and he's like, oh yeah, it needs to be replaced. And I'm like, oh, okay, great. And he's like, well, just cut the power and take a picture and we'll send you a new one. And I was like, why would we need to cut the power? It has power, it's not heating. And he's like, no, cut it with scissors. With scissors. And I was like, oh my God, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to, why? And he's like, I was like, I have to send it back to you. Like you normally do. And then they refurbish them and then they resell them. And, you know, you hope that that's what things are doing. Because that's what things have always done. No, he's like, well, you're not sending it back to us. You can just get rid of it. And I was just like, we're just throwing things out, right? We're just throwing things away. Now, that's what we're doing as a society. We're not repairing things anymore. We're just tossing them. And if we continue this, we're going to live in a trash heap. And it just really bummed me out because I've used Cuisinart products for a really long time. And I like Cuisinart products. They've been a little shittier lately. Obviously, they're made cheaper. So cheap, in fact, that it costs more to ship it back than it does to completely replace it. Now, on my end of things, I paid like definitely over $200 for this coffee maker, which is like a fortune to me. Just a little person, you know. But yeah, I'm really disappointed. I'm really disappointed that this is the direction that we're going. I'm really disappointed that we are a society now that doesn't repair things and just wants to accumulate garbage and trash. And I just guess I needed to vent that. Because now I'm supposed to, in order to get my replacement, which obviously I'm not going to be buying another one because it's too much money, I have to take scissors to the cord and cut it. So then it becomes unusable. And half of it actually works. See, look, like this part works, the Keurig doesn't work. So half of it is functional and half of it is not functional. And for me, I'm like, man, you could donate that. You could refurbish that. This is a fixable machine. You know, I worked in service repair for a lot of years at Samuel Fisher, and that was what we did. And now it seems like that, like, the service industry is just a waste of money. What the hell are we going to do with all this trash? I'm just so disappointed. This is the world, huh? They could refurbish it. Somebody else could buy it for cheaper, and there's like a whole economy, a whole infrastructure of service providers and part suppliers and things of that nature that have always been how we have done business because we made products that were quality enough to fix. You know, everything is just so disposable. They should force them to repair these things, because this is the dumbest way to approach our future. That's just my two thoughts on it. It's irritating. Guess I'm gonna take scissors to this thing. We'll figure something out.
Cuisinart automatic grind and brew. So I am going to add the coffee. To about 1, 2, just until it gets to the very top. And then I'm going to add 7 cups of water. Put the lid on. Okay, and it has this spring on the side, or the button that has the filter already in there, so I don't have to add one. Coffee goes in. And the lid goes on top. And hit the on button. Okay, and there you have it, guys. Fresh coffee. I put a little bit of cream.
So here I have the Cuisinart automatic grind and brew coffee machine. The reason I'm posting this video today is that I want to tell everybody out there that I didn't like this machine at all, and this does not work for everyday use. The reason is the machine is good, it makes good quality coffee, but it is really not practical one to use for every day. As you can see, when we open this box right here, it has 1, 2, 3, and if you look up from the top, there is a grinder which also has 2 separate pieces. So they have 5 different pieces that you need to clean every single time, along with the carafe that you would clean after brewing a cup of coffee for yourself. So if you're going to work every day and you want to take a cup of coffee with you, I'm not sure this is going to work for you. Another problem I have with this machine is the size of this grinder is ridiculously small. And they expect us to make coffee for this big of a grinder for a 12 cup carafe. I don't think that's even practical, or that's even possible. This is not even enough for me to make my daily morning cup of coffee, and I like a venti size coffee, and this does not work for me. So keep this in mind. The machine looks pretty, but this is not what I would want. If anyone wants to give it a try, I'm happy to send it to them.
Alright guys, gonna shoot another video real quick. Try to make this quick. Cuisinart grind and brew. Got this on Amazon. There's a design flaw with this thing. So if it's fully assembled, of course you got this up here. Yeah, that shoots the grinded beans down into the coffee filter, of course. And, you know, we'll get to why that's dirty in a second. And then into, yeah, of course, making your coffee. But problem with this is, once you remove this, of course, to clean it, you also have your filter basket and all that. Let's pop this back in here for a second. This area underneath the grinder, not where it dispenses the beans and the chute goes, because that's where that sits, right? But in the back where the gears are, there's an opening that goes straight to your filter basket. So as this thing condenses and then leaks like coffee bean stuff up here, look how nasty that is. It drips down. See what I'm touching here? That's the actual filter basket. Why? Why is there a hole there, Cuisinart? Why am I getting poisoned? Why did I have to go without coffee for the past 2 days? Not understanding why my stomach's hurting so bad, no matter I'm following the manufacturer's cleaning instructions. Shame on you.
Things I find wrong with this Cuisinart automatic grinder and brew. Has nothing to do with the grinder. Anybody who's ever had a coffee grinder knows they're loud. My problem is with trying to see the fill numbers there. There should be a open space here, window, a fill window, where you can see where you're filling up to. This doesn't close all the way. I shouldn't have to press the grind off to get it to percolate. And then the cover that has to go on the basket, I shouldn't have to put it on if I'm just brewing coffee. Only when I'm grinding coffee. There shouldn't be a grind off button. It should be a grind on button for when I want to grind coffee. But this seam, this open seam here, there's a little lip, steam comes out. That shouldn't be happening. Things I find wrong with this coffee pot.
So one of the things I could not find an answer to regarding the water reservoirs was whether or not they're detachable. So as you can see, for both the K-Cup side and the Brew side, they are not detachable. Another thing I just found out was that the inserts for the water filters are both the same size. So that's going to be very convenient as you're looking to have a new coffee maker.
So the latch stopped working, and it opens up in the middle of brewing and beeps and will not continue and turns it off. We use this piece of tape here. When I called, they refused to give us anything until we cut the cord, and we'll have no coffee maker before they try to give us any replacement on our warranty.